Hello guys, I'm Olga Kurylenko. Nice to talk to you. I've never done this before, so it's the first time. Okay, I see the questions in Russian and in English. Добрый вечер. Well, you can ask me questions and I'll answer them, I guess. Hello from Russia, hello back. This is very funny because it's the first time I'm doing this. It's really cool. Well, I guess everyone is just saying hello, but no one is asking any questions, so hello to you. So, what do you want to talk about, guys? No one is asking anything. Are there a lot of people from Russia? Okay, here we go. Well, I really, when I read this script, Baby Dragons, I really was touched by the story and how many emotions and feelings were going through the characters, and I thought it was really, it was a movie very much like in life. It concerns all of us, and I think every person can identify with characters. And my character in particular was very interesting because it was, first of all, very different from again from what I had done before, but also it was such an interesting character to play emotionally because her story is a very tough story, and she goes through so many moments in her life. And she's this young girl, and she's from Hungary, and she goes to Spain, and she's very idealistic and believes in a better world, and basically the truth, she goes to the war, to the civil Spanish war, and the truth really hits her in the face, and she really sees the life differently, and from there comes a lot of changes. But I guess I'm not going to say too much on this question because I see there are other questions coming. People are asking me where I am. I'm in London right now. I'll say it in Russian. Я сейчас нахожусь в Лондоне. Это для тех, кто не понимает по-английски. I know. Well, I'll be for Russian questions. I'll be answering in both languages for those people that don't speak English. So I guess they will not understand if I speak in English. No, I don't speak Czech. Hello from Zaporozhye. Wow, that's really close to the town I was born, Zaporozhye. I know that. But anyway, talking about the film, it was really amazing working with all the people and with the team and the actors and the director. The director was just well, I could probably honestly say, well, the best, or at least one of the best directors I've worked with until today, and we were all thrilled, and it's very rare. These things are very rare, and I really didn't want to finish the shoot. I wish this movie continued for the next 6 months, and we could just shoot and shoot, because it was just such a pleasure. Did I do my own stunts? Well, yes, although this movie wasn't as, feisty and as physical as Quantum of Solace was, but for what was required, yes, I did my own stunts. But they were much easier than what I had to do in Bond, of course. Even though this movie happens during this, well, part of it happens during the Spanish Civil War, and of course I had to run. We were running around with the guns, and there were bombs exploding and bullets going past us, and it was quite scary because basically the atmosphere was created like we were really at war, and everything felt really, really real. So yeah, well, I did everything, and it was fun. Um, um, ah. Oh, hello, Magda. How are you? I see some friends here. Hello. It's been a long time. Um, well, any other questions? Anyway, I guess I'll keep talking about I don't know, about the sun, if you want. Um, does anyone see the video? Well, I guess that's not for me to answer because I don't know. Uh, um, you know, I did I did always know that I wanted to be an actress. Of course, when I was a kid, I went through all kinds of different professions, and I thought, I wanted to be a teacher and a dancer and a singer and then a doctor. So anything you can imagine. But later in life, I started taking acting classes back in Ukraine when I was in school, and I really liked it. And of course, when I moved to Paris and started living in Paris, I realized I started going to movies very often, much more than I did in Ukraine, because I had this amazing opportunity. Because in Paris, there are tons of cinemas and everything. I mean, the culture is, the access to culture is so big. And basically, while watching movies, I realized even more. I really missed my acting classes and really realized that that's what I wanted to do. And I tried. Well, I quickly went to an acting agency, and they started sending me to castings, and that's how I started. That's how I got my first film, and then it went on and on, basically. Um, 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 well, um, now I have this question in Russian. I'm going to translate for those who don't understand. Which is my favorite role from the ones I've done? Um, well, actually, it's very interesting because until There Be Dragons, my favorite role was the role of Iris, the girl from The Ring Finger. Well, the main character of The Ring Finger, which in French sounds like L'Annulaire, which is my very first film. Well, I hope the person who's asking me understands English. I'll say it in Russian after. Anyway, and that was my first. That was my first part, my first role, and my favorite. But since I've done The Dragons, even though I haven't seen the results yet because we finished a few months ago, I I it's the second time when I got so attached to the character, which never happened to me before since the movie The Ring Finger, which of course was a small art house movie, and not many people have seen it, especially in America. But in France and in Europe, it was seen much more. Well, I'll say it in Russian very quickly. Я не знаю, вы понимаете по-английски или нет. Я отвечаю вам по-русски, что моя лучшая роль, моя любимая роль была роль Ирис из «Безымянного пальца». До того, как я сделала фильм «Там будут драконы», и теперь после этих съемок я думаю, моя вторая любимая роль – это роль Ильдика. So basically what I wanted to say in English, I wanted to say that now, since I've done There Be Dragons, my second favorite role is the role of Ildiko, which is the role the part I just played in this movie, which really hasn't happened to me since my first film. These things are very strong and very rare. It doesn't always happen this way. And now someone is chatting me on Skype. Sorry for the sound. Okay. So I guess I answered that one. So yeah, it's very strange how after the film I really I was very sad that the film was finished. That basically the story of Ildiko for me was finished because we had stopped, and I really missed it. I kept wanting to be Ildiko, which is a quite it's a quite special thing when you get attached to a character like that. But it's very pleasant somehow because well, there's nothing better than to love your own character. Oh, okay, I see. Well, asking me to speak Russian. Okay. Ну, да, Алексей, я сказала, что я говорила, что роль моя любимая была роль Рис из «Безымянного пальца», и теперь у меня вторая любимая роль Ильдика из «Там будут драконы». Вот. Чего тут люди говорят, что я в Италии. No, guys, I'm not in Italy. I'm in London, the UK, United Kingdom. So I'm not in Italy. I wish I was. Why not? I love Italy, but I'm not. Hello, Rick. Well, I guess it could be. I guess if we see other examples, one could say that it is. I mean, the history has shown that it has been difficult, for other girls, I guess, to make a transition from modeling to acting, and well, yeah, probably it is difficult. Although my case, I mean, I shouldn't complain because I think it's pretty good. I'm quite lucky in this sense, which of course luck it goes together with work, but it did work. So, but it could be difficult in a sense that when you come from modeling, especially when you haven't done anything, and right now when you listen to every model and even the girls that I know, there's not a person who doesn't say, "Oh, I want to be an actress." They all want to be actresses. So, I mean, obviously you realize that thousands of girls won't be able to make it. Only some will. So when so many say that, when you really come to the casting directors, they don't really take you seriously in the beginning because